How are we this morning? Good. How are you?
Excited.
All right. What can I do for you? I don't have a statement. I just thought I'd give you guys the opportunity to ask a few questions. So take a number and fire away.
David, as far as...
and would you introduce yourselves, please?
Joe Reedy, Associated Press. As far as search committees and everything, where's the process of that at as far as getting everything lined up to find a permanent?
That's going to be the president's deal.
Okay.
As he said, it's not exactly a good season to be searching for an athletic director right now. Everybody's up to their ears. So he's going to explore search firms, and he's going to take his time and figure out how he wants to go about it. But you'll have to talk to him. I'm sorry, but I'm up to my ears over here.
Irish Shofel from Warchant.com. Did he give you an idea of like, okay, this could last this many weeks or months, or is it just open-ended?
Some number of months.
Wayne McGahee, Tallahassee Democrat. Just when did he inform you that you were the choice, and how did you react?
He called. I guess he called me Sunday. I was in the office just cleaning the desk off, and he called me and said that he had talked to Stan, and Stan was leaving, and and he said, I have somebody in mind for the interim. I said, good. Just let me know when you're ready to do that. He said, well, I'm doing that. So that's kind of the way that went.
Catherine Wright, Orlando Sentinel. What do you think Stan's legacy is, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, 3 national championships, a very solid team of administrators that he brought in, a lot of diversity, Willie Taggart, a lot of important things happened under Stan. Did a fine job, in my opinion.
Do you see your role as mostly kind of keeping everything running the way it is, or also kind of evaluating, helping whoever takes the job in a full-time role?
Both.
Get a head start?
Both. Yeah. You know, when John Carnegie died, Eric Barron put me over there for a while, and I did both. I did my best to keep the trains running and my best to look at the situation there and evaluate it and report back and say, I think we need to do X, Y, Z before the new person comes in, if possible.
What do you think is going to be the harder job, setting a state budget like you did for many years, or negotiating an athletic department?
I think the budget was by far a more important job, notwithstanding the visibility of this job. All these jobs are about managing people, and that's hard to do. So this may end up being more difficult simply because I'm directly responsible for managing more people.
As far as the football complex, it sounds like things are still on track for it to be unveiled the next couple weeks. Is Stan or John said what the role will be as the interim, as far as still keeping that running, or
no? We're going to proceed. Absolutely, we're going to proceed, and I'm going to do the best I can to help John and the boosters do what they need to do.
With the Orlando Sentinel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Did the visibility of the job, is that a concern for you?
I've always kind of been a behind-the-scenes guy, and so having to be out front is something I'm going to have to learn to deal with, to be honest with you.
Could you maybe, so we can share with the people that read what we write, how involved you've been through the years with athletic-related decisions, and how abreast you've been with what's going on in athletics?
Well, I mean, a lot of what I was doing for President Thrasher involved working with athletics and the boosters, and for Eric as well when he was president. So I've been pretty immersed in the issues. What I don't know are the rules, compliance, the people who really do the work. That's the learning curve. But, I mean, you know, I was working for TK when he built this place, and I've been pretty involved through my wife in a lot of FSU issues. My wife exposed me to a lot of the folks here with whom she interacted. So I knew a lot of the coaches. That's a huge advantage coming in, is that I know a lot of the coaches already.
What messages did you share with the senior staff? I think you met some of the senior staff. What was the message?
It was good. We just got to know each other, and I listened, and I told them we were just going to work hard and communicate. That's what this is going to be about, and I will do that with you guys to the extent that I can while I'm here. I commit that to you. Just call me, and I'll try and call you back, and I'll do my best to tell you what you need, if I can. I really will. I really don't view you guys as the enemy.
David, I guess at this point for the school, you know, you're gonna have to hire a new baseball coach, oversee this football facility,
Golf course.
a golf course as well. Yes, thank you. I guess at this juncture, how does that probably make John want to move a little bit faster in the things, or is it really about making the right hire?
I think that's what he's concerned about. You know, to a certain extent, relationships with the boosters have deteriorated a little bit, and I wouldn't say as much as some people seem to think, but it's kind of a little bit of a delicate time there, especially going into a campaign to raise money for facilities. And let's face it, I've known Andy Miller since we were sitting on the porch of the AD Pie House waiting on our dates in 1973. So if I can't work with Andy Miller, then chances are slim
Do you think
for fixing this.
do you think the relationship with the boosters in this school, it's kind of unique than other schools around the country? Do you think that's a deterrent, or do you think that's probably something that that somebody just kind of has to work with and can work with, like Stan and everybody else kind of before him has?
I think that this is one of the top jobs in the country, and I really don't think that particular piece of it is a significant deterrent to somebody who wants to come in and take a top job as an AD. I think it might be a consideration. I don't think it's a deterrent, and I think there's a difference.
David, have you had any conversations with Commissioner Swafford at the ACC or?
I got a call set up this afternoon, I believe.
Are there any primary things you're focused on? Could you share anything?
Well, I think Safid had a pretty good list there. The main issue is the learning curve, both with the issues and the rules and the regs and the people. But no, we're going to focus on raising money for facilities, getting the golf course project going. We've got Coach Martin leaving, got to figure that out. Got to work with the boosters. I think that's enough for now.
Do you see yourself in the conversation maybe for next AD, just with John and Ed Burr counsel you in that, or would you be in that decision-making process, or?
They might ask me my opinion, yeah, but I know both of them well, obviously, and they trust me and I trust them, so I would assume that I'd have some involvement.